This is a very important issue because we've got a duty as defense attorneys to say to our clients when they come in, if you were acting crazy, this is a risk that you run, that this may wind up on YouTube sometime or some other platform and could prove to be very embarrassing to you. And it may also result in you having to buy your way out of it. For all of us as just citizens of New Jersey, so to speak, we got to be very careful when we get stopped by the cops. Be careful about what you say and what you do. And for God's sake, if you're a judge and you get stopped by the cops, the discipline for judges who get involved in traffic stops, it's really kind of straightforward. If you just behave yourself, you get a reprimand, especially if you get convicted of drunk driving. But if you start saying, hey, don't you know who I am, and that type of stuff, I'm a judge and give me a break, all that stuff gets you a censure from the Supreme Court. And under certain circumstances, if it's really bad, could even get suspended from judicial office. So you've got to be aware that everything that happens to you and to your client is now going to be recorded in perpetuity. And it'd be lucky.
Yeah, you guys to also remember, Bob, once these things get out there, that doesn't end it if they take it down. You can pay the extortion, but these things get spread around on social media, YouTube.
I say to my attorney clients who are using the internet, I said that the characteristics of email, just email, okay, there's 3 characteristics. Number 1, it's immediate. Number 2, it's global. And number 3, it's forever, okay? And this is the same thing with any other digital media that gets recorded somewhere, okay? It's global, it's immediate, and it's forever. And tell that to your clients, ahead of time.
Hey, look, and even expungement won't protect you.
Nothing will. Nothing will. It's just.
All you can do is set up maybe a cause of action for damages, and maybe a protective order is a good first step.
All right. Let me give everybody some legal advice about this, okay? And in the drunk driving context. Johnny brought it up. I'll tell you the story real fast because you guys will benefit from this, all right? DWI, and my guy says, I'm innocent, the cops made it up, they're framing me, they're this, they're that. Okay, I've heard this before. So I went to look at the videotape with him. This is before body-worn camera. They had a dash cam. And I tell you, he was so drunk that the cops didn't want to take him out of the car to perform psychophysical evaluation, so they thought he would just collapse in their arms. He had urinated on himself, defecated, vomited on himself. There was every orifice in his body something was coming out of it. So he looked at this and he was just horrified about how he looked. And he said, oh, I can't have this. I'm a businessman. I said, well, that may be, but here we go. It's there. And he said, no, you don't understand. I can't have this. I'm a businessman. I can't have the public saying this. So I said, well, okay, there's not a whole lot we can do because you can expunge tickets. So I looked at the video and I saw when the cops were taking him out of the car, they grabbed his hand, they pulled his arm away, and the cops said, oh, no, you don't. And they grabbed his hand and yanked him out of the car. And I was public defender down in the city of Trenton for 25 years, and I know how many resisting arrest cases we had just from that, yanking your arm away stuff. So I said, that gives me an idea. So I went to see the prosecutor and I said, look, do me a favor. Ask the cop to charge my guy with DP level resisting arrest. And the prosecutor said, how come? I said, don't worry about it. Just tell him to charge my guy, do it on a summons, mail it to him, and we'll take care of it when we come to court. So on our court date, we showed up. He pled out. He's very happy to plead guilty. And then they dismissed the DP resisting arrest, okay? And my guy said, well, why did you do that? I said, because now we can get an expungement because we're going to expunge the resisting arrest charge that's companion to this and get rid of all the police reports and everything. The drunk driving is not going anywhere. That's going to stay on your record forever. But at least the video of you acting like an idiot, that's going to wind up being part of the expungement order, okay? So I suggest to all of you that if your client is charged with a DWI but has some kind of companion DP or petty DP, even an ordinance violation, if you can get it dismissed, now you're in business, okay? Keep that in the back of your mind. Happens all the time. Happened a couple weeks ago. I had a guy who had that. The cops charged him with some DP, and the guy's all upset about the DP. I said, buddy, they did you a big favor, because you're going to be able to get this expunged now after you plead guilty to the DWI like you're supposed to. All right, enough.